well, ladies and gentlemen, history in the making, certainly seeming very confident in what they are preparing to do.
Yeah, but you know what, Burnham? Here we go. This is going to be a great match right here. You know, I like these kids. I love Cade Fight. I love Derek James. I love the fact that they're out there. They're no nonsense. They're just out there to kick some butt, take names, and they don't even have a pen and paper handy, so their names ain't going to be taken.
Well, we know that there's been some questionable relationship between the two recently. It seemed as if Cade just disappeared off the face of the earth. Derek James with an all-points bulletin out to try and find him.
I think wasn't he training for a UFC fight or something like that?
That's entirely possible. We know he has that background.
Yeah.
Whatever the case, they are reunited and they are stepping in against the newest up-and-coming tag team here in WFC. Andre West, Nelly Rivers.
I'm impressed by these kids. You know, they're living up to the Trendsetters name. We've seen some teams named the Trendsetters over the years. They're definitely living up to the name and the hype.
Well, they are absolutely crowd favorites, and they have proven themselves against established tag teams such as former WFC tag team champions Iron Mountain.
Yeah.
But face stepping into the ring tonight against another pair of former tag team champions in the subject, and we will see whether they're able to live up to this test for themselves. They absolutely have the crowd on their side, and that is that intangible that sometimes can carry a wrestler to victory by having that crowd support, including that of Granny Hulkster that you just saw.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's always good to have the fans on your side.
Oh, look out, Cade Fight, not going to wait.
Taking the fight to him, no pun intended, Burnham.
And this match up and running, I guess. Referee Kenny Silva looks a little confused, but I
haven't heard the bell
yet.
yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. I didn't see him signal for the bell either, but,
but
there's the bell.
There's the bell finally. Yeah, Cade's beating him from pillar to post, though. And, you know, you said they beat Iron Mountain, the former tag team champions. Here they are facing the subject, another former tag team champions. You know, WFC has got probably the hottest Whoa! That backfired on the subject. But as I was saying, WFC has some of the best tag team wrestling around the region in all the surrounding states. It's the strongest.
You have established tag teams. You have up-and-coming tag teams. That competition, that depth level is very, very deep, as the members of the subject are deeply in trouble. Both of them catapulted to the outside, and it looks like the Trend, who are, I won't call them, right now I will call them tag team specialists because that's all we've seen them in. Good double drop kick there, pushing Fight and James off the apron.
They're going to take a page out of the subject's handbook right here, because this is what they tried to do a minute ago.
Rivers up and over. Whoa. Down goes the subject again.
Good splash there, over the top.
And they have really caught the former tag team champions unaware, despite the fact that it was Fight who jump-started this match. The Trendsetters have turned this match around in their favor very quickly.
Yeah,
again, continuing the double team situation here. Rivers, West going to the top rope.
Both up in the high rent district, Burnham.
Yeah, and they were too slow with that.
Yeah, they were. That's the experience right there. Or inexperience is what I meant to say. That's definitely the inexperience of the two youngsters. And I say youngsters, and they're probably the same age as Derek James. But Derek James has nearly 10 years experience, and he's only 23?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, it's not 10 years of pro experience. You get what I'm saying. He's been training and been around the pro wrestling business for nearly 10 years.
Right. West slides down the back, but meets a clothesline.
Good clothesline there.
From Derek James, who goes in, hooks the leg, 2, and only 2. James, as you said, this wily, experienced veteran at such a young age, trained by Brandon Groom. There's a schoolboy here by West, who can't follow through with it.
Yeah, he couldn't hold him down on that.
And look at them fight with their legs. Notice that they do this in several of their matches. Anytime they're placed on their back, they immediately go to try to utilize that leg strength.
Just that fireman's carry slam there, like a DVD type move there, almost the Death Valley driver.
James now pulling West back, tags in Cade Fight. Fight is a ground and pound kind of guy. You mentioned the UFC MMA background. He's a man who I've noticed he's not one to emote a lot.
No,
You can't get a good read on him.
No, he's very surly. It's if you notice, he's very old school. He's got the shooter shoes on. He's
no
got
knee pads, no elbow
pads. He's got the knee pad around his shin.
Yeah,
no elbow pads. He's got some wrist tape. That's about it. He's just coming straight at you. But there's a nice little comeback though.
West trying to fight 2 men at one time to get himself out of this corner, but a little too much showmanship and not quite enough effectiveness.
Yeah, he should have went to the other side of the ring instead of doing a little dance move there.
Fight with a well-placed boot in the midsection.
And he's cut off the ring too in half.
Yeah.
We always say this every time we watch a tag team match. A good tag team, they cut the ring off in half, and that's what they're doing here. They're keeping him in their corner. Oh my God!
Oh, miscommunication.
Oh my God!
Big time. And this is a moment of opportunity here for Andre West if he can make his way across to his corner.
And it was a good springboard drop kick. It's just,
He's right there, makes that tag.
Makes the
Here
tag.
comes Nelly Rivers. Rivers and James. Rivers got to carry this for the team at the moment. Taking on both men. Good sling blade there from Rivers as he comes off the rope, and another one.
I'll tell you what, on that first sling blade, he landed on his feet. He's got reflexes like a cat, Bernie.
He does. Incredible mobility as Rivers now stands in the corner waiting.
Trying to get the fans behind him for something going on.
He senses an opportunity here. Good avoidance there of Derek James.
Yep.
But, okay, turns around. Look out. Just a moment too long as Fight puts him down, hooks the leg, and still only 2.
Man, a kick right to the face. He kicks out. How about that?
Life remains in the Trendsetters as Cade Fight now in a mount position, something I know he's very familiar with, raining down those right hands. And what has he got in plan now?
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, he backed into the ring and he didn't even stick his hand out for a tag. Derek had to tag him on the back to come back into the ring.
Again, these two obviously have not necessarily been working together the way that they have in the past.
Wow,
and perhaps they seem to be mostly on the same page.
Yeah.
But little moments like that could be telling, who knows?
And part of that is, like you said, Cade, for whatever reason, training for a MMA fight, whatever reason, just, hadn't been around Derek. Maybe they haven't been able to work out as much together. So, a little miscommunication. If you don't have your partner around, it's tough to, be on the same page.
There's another tag. As the subject now working together to pick up Rivers. Rivers, though, flips over the back and super kick to Cade. But runs into an elbow, or excuse me, a spinning forearm.
Yeah, he didn't get as much force behind that forearm, though, but he did. It was enough to connect.
Over onto the ring apron, and now James holding, but again, another miscommunication.
Oh, here we go.
Rivers trying to hoist Fight up.
Yep, trying to get him that fireman's carry, but he fought out of it with his elbows. Again, no elbow pads. That's bone on bone.
But Rivers absorbed all of that, spins it around. Both men down here now. That took a lot, all of that took a lot out of Rivers. West, though, desperately looking for that tag. That arm is outstretched. Rivers just needs to find his partner. You can see him looking around. He is certainly disoriented, but sees him now.
I was going to say,
I
was going to say, he could have turned off the lights. Those pants probably glow in the dark. But that was a good move by Derek James.
That was a very smart veteran move there to pull the partner out of the corner, leaving Rivers unprotected and continuing to have to absorb the punishment as the tag made now, bringing back veteran Derek James, defiant Derek James, a man who answers to no one but himself. As the double Irish whip, both men down. Float over there by Rivers. Tries for the right hand. Up, and again, another near. No, there. It just, did they need a rabbit's foot? They certainly did.
Well,
they did tonight.
You know what? We were talking about they defeated Iron Mountain not too long ago.
They did, yeah.
This is it an upset? Is it not an upset?
Well, there's definitely a track record being built here by the Trendsetters, as they have now upended 2 former tag team championship teams.
I would say this is an upset, but because of all the miscommunication and just the subject not being on the same page,
right.
it it doesn't really smell like an upset, so
Well,
to speak.
Upset or not, the Trendsetters can tick one
Yeah.
off again in the win column, and can certainly make an appeal to Stevie Caballero and the championship committee to say maybe it's time to slot us into the championship picture. Let's see how we and Toxic Masculinity match up.
Yeah, they definitely have a case, that's for sure.
I guess that James and Fight will maybe need to go and figure out some time to sit down around. Well, where is Cade?
Okay, I think I saw Cade leave.
Did he leave? Yeah.
He just left there. Oh, Derek's
Well,
just showing some respect
That's
there.
interesting. I mean, we haven't seen that
No?
typically from Derek James
Yeah,
in recent times, but
they got us.
a
That's
show of
what
respect.
He said they got
Yeah,
us. They got
okay.
the 1, 2, 3. You know?
well, I mean, maybe Derek James recognizes that they're not dissimilar from where he was when he started his career.
No, that's true.
So,
Oh, that's a
Good
big
show.
win for the Trendsetters. I'm
but
gonna
yeah,
say, that's a
good
huge
endorsement,
win.
good win,
Absolutely.
good opportunity here, and I don't know what the future holds here for the Standard, but whatever it is, they certainly need to be able to work out some more together, find
Yeah.
that groove that they've had.